This is Opposite Attractions. This week's challenge, let's get off track.
Welcome to Opposite Attractions, ladies and gentlemen, the show about theme park design that is technically possible. I am your host, Scottye, more joined as always by one of my friends on the other side. It's Jim Murphy. I said it's fucking Jim Murphy. Duh.
I don't like that you think of me that way, so...
That's the running theme of this season is the song, and on the way home, I just kind of was flipping through Disney songs like, shit, what do I do now? What do I do now? And it's only the second week of me doing it. I was like, no one moves like Jim Murphy. Nope, that doesn't work. Damn it, I can't do that one.
I'm not a very good spitter, so...
So, Jim... A thing happened this weekend. The most glorious thing happened this weekend. Because I did attend DragonCon, the Southeast's premier nerd fucking gathering.
Cosplay Mecca is what it is.
Cosplay Mecca. There is also stuff. There were theme park things that, you know, you'd think I would have went to and promoted our show, but I didn't. But instead, what I did do one day was I messaged a friend from Orlando and I said, hey, bud, do you want to go out to the Red Phone booth tonight? It's this exclusive, like, kind of speakeasy. You got to know the code to get in. And he goes, hell yeah, me and my girlfriend will be up in just a few minutes. And then they came up. And then through the conversation, it was revealed to me that this woman... This beautiful, precious woman was one of the leads on Fast and the Furious Supercharged. And the minute I heard that, I said, fuck the bar, fuck any other thing we were gonna do. You're gonna sit here and tell me everything you know about Fast and the Furious Supercharged. Like, for instance, apparently they have goggles that you can wear when you go on the ride if you're, like, deaf, and it will tell you what all the characters are saying across the bottom of the glasses. Meaning that Fast and the Furious has closed captioning, which I have to do one day. Let's see. A fun fact, I believe the last quoted thing in the ride is birds squawking. And that's it. Just birds. Keep in mind, this is after an epic chase, flamethrower, everything. Birds squawking is the way it is.
How would you go about explaining to someone in the ride that you want the closed captioning glasses?
I don't know, but I'm gonna have to figure it out the next time I go.
I'm not deaf. I am horny for this. Please give them to me.
Apparently, also, as we've stated before multiple times, it infamously has the world's longest wait in a single rider line of all time. And she goes, yeah, you'd be surprised how many people are very, very angry with me about the single rider wait times. So that was one thing. Apparently, I think it was Luda. Luda might have been the one who someone didn't want to be a part of the ride, and I think it was Luda. And she told me, apparently, if you watch Ludacris in the ride, his face is superimposed over another actor's body. So, like, because, like, he decided last minute he wanted to be into it. So if you watch Ludacris, he's kind of just, like, his head moves in weird ways. And apparently the actor who portrays not Ludacris, so I think it's Roman something is the character's name. Well, in the normal ride line, which they kept making reference to, like, you know, the war zone area, you know, this area. And I'm like, I have never, ever once went through normal rider on this ride. And they went, dude, it's better than the ride itself. Apparently they've got like pieces of paper with all of the characters on it, and then next to it, it's got like fucking Hobbs and Shaw and all that. Well, those are the only two characters I know, by the way. Also, saw Hobbs and Shaw. It's fucking phenomenal. Anyways, the next to the person playing Roman, they just put the actor's name instead of his character name, so they have shit covering it up so you can't notice that they fucked up and put the wrong name on this ride. But my favorite story, and I'm gonna try to be as vague as possible.
All your favorite Fast and Furious characters.
Yeah, I'm surprised I remember this much, because Jim, by the time she got to my room, I was already 3 sheets to the wind. I had eaten ice cream with booze in it. I had been chugging BS Moon whiskey. I mean, it had been a night. So then, my favorite story she told is at one point she was interviewing for a new position within Universal, and they said, what's the biggest complaint you receive from guests, or what was the biggest struggle you currently have in your position? And there was someone in the room during the interview that she didn't know who it was, but he asked if she'd minded if he would stay in if he would stay in the room, and she goes, that's fine. And when they asked her, what is the biggest problem you face, she had to navigate the biggest river of death and doom to say, having to explain to people why the ride sucks so much. It was her having to politely just talk about, like, having to be like, well, we have a lot of complaints about how bad the ride is. And after her interview was over, she found out who the man in the room was. And it is the head of creative for rides at Universal Studios. And she got her new fucking job, and apparently every single day she has worked since then, he has come into work in a Fast and the Furious supercharged t-shirt.
It was the ghost of Paul Walker.
Yeah.
You know how people, like, they talk about how Disney built the Pandora stuff, but, like, none of it's really in the movies?
Yeah.
Like, you would have thought when they decided to make, like, a bus chase-based attraction that maybe someone would go, hey, how about in this movie we put everybody on a bus?
Yeah.
And that was not a thing that happened.
Mm-mm. God, Hobbs and Shaw is so good. Oh, by the way, after that, we did end up going to the red phone booth, and this is only vaguely connected to our podcast, but I have to tell this story every single day or else I will die. It's kind of like that movie where if the bus stops, I'll die. So, Jim, I just want to let you know, we stopped at that bar, entered the special code to get in. They said, how many? We said 5. And they said, okay, give us a second because there's a party in the back, which was apparently featuring the Night Vale people and the McElroys and all kinds of fucking fun shit back there. But then next to us walks a small British man, another man, and the tallest motherfucker I've ever seen in my entire life. And they don't even enter the code. They just knock on the door, the exit door. The guy opens it and goes, yeah, how many are in your party? And they go 3. And then he says, have you guys been waiting in line? And they said, no, we just kind of wanted to get in he goes, oh, you're part of the party. And they say, no, we're not. But what we are is BB-8 and fucking Chewbacca. So that's when I realized that I had been waiting in line with Chewbacca and BB-8, and I really wanted to turn to him and be like, have you went to Galaxy's Edge yet? Is it as disappointing as everyone says? Or
And they said, what did they say? Did they think you were either Sami Zayn or Travis McElroy?
Yeah. I just don't party with Wookiees, man.
You could have got back in that back room and just been like, no, it's me, the Travis boy. I
mean, yeah, I tried. Here's the thing, bud. You might think it's fun to party with Wookiees. Don't party with Wookiees. I was fine the entire night. I had a buzz, but I was never too drunk. until the last thing I remember other than puking was giving Chewbacca a whiskey sour. And after that, blackout. Don't remember anything after that. So don't party with Wookiees. You'll get fucking wrecked, dude.
Well, they have like that high body, like they can handle more alcohol than
That's
regular.
what it is. He could have handled a lot more alcohol than me. It was a drinking contest, and I let the Wookiee win because otherwise I would have died. So, anything else happen in theme park news? I didn't expect to fill up the whole segment with that, but damn.
I don't think so. I really don't think so.
You're like, not shit has happened.
Even if something did happen, I can't remember. It's all gone.
Yeah, that's kind of like what it's like partying with Chewbacca. You immediately forget everything that you had been doing up until that moment because all you need then is to party with fucking Chewbacca. But Jim, this isn't a podcast about Chewbacca as much as I want it to be. This is a podcast where we build our own theme park, and this season, TM, copyright, we are building the epic universe, the world's most dangerous theme park. Of course, to no relation to the Universal theme park epic universe. This is Jersey Dan's epic universe. And last week I gave you a challenge. And that challenge was to build a ride where at one point the track just says no. And there's no track anymore. And the track completely and 100% disappears from your field. Like, essentially, it is a jump. A very well-timed jump, might I add. And I thought about it, and I went, I know we're trying to build a dangerous theme park, but I did try to think of a safety mechanism to kind of keep you in place, which is when I decided to build a very thin string above the ride that you hold on to, or the vehicle holds on to, and as you soar across the sky, you're still kind of held in place by this big wire.
Yeah, I thought wires would probably be a way to go. That isn't exactly what I went with, but yeah, that was my first idea was wires.
Yeah, well,
because that would still scare the crap out of everybody.
Well, I mean, like, especially if you start in like a dark show building, and if there's a roof overhead where you can't see that there's anything above you.
Yeah, if it was like Test Track with planes.
Yeah. So, my ride, or should I say rides, is a collection of 5 separate roller coasters.
Oh, Jesus.
Called the Titan Experience. And it has nothing to do with famed football team, the Tennessee Titans. I do need to...
Or The Rock. It doesn't have anything to do with The Rock.
It doesn't have anything to do with the Titan games. I have been trying to look up a song that I need, and my iPad has stopped working. Oh, no. Well... Let me begin with the concept of it. It is based around the Greek myth of the Titans, these massive hulking beasts that roamed the earth before along came Zeus, he hurled his thunderbolts. Before that came, so you are essentially part of the army that's fighting off the Titans, and so each ride vehicle is essentially a different Titan. So you'll have like, and I don't know what the Titans were, so I'm just gonna say they're based off Earth elements. So there's gonna be like one that's all about like ground, and you could like go underneath the ground, and at certain points during it, a Titan's hand will come up and just crush the track in front of you, causing you to leap through the air and shoot down. So you would have like the ground-based one, you would have the Fire Titan, you would have an Ice Titan, and because, I guess if we are going to go with the enclosed vehicle, you could put AC in there, or heating, and that way it gets super hot if you're facing the fire one, or super cold if you're facing the ice one, and then there's like a thunder deity, and then there's the 5th one, the most powerful Titan of all, Love, and he's the one who really gets your gander. So... the big deal, however, with all of these coasters is the fact that it's gonna have to be very well timed, because while they all do start apart, they do all come together at the very end. Because at the very end, you face off against, I guess, like, Mega Titan, maybe? Like, all of them coming together in front of you, getting ready to do battle. And so, like, the ground one would hit the ground first, and then ice shoots down next to it, then lightning, and all of that. And then that's when you see a cliffside approaching in front of you. And you see the cliff, and you take a deep breath, and you look at the fellow carts next to you, and then wings sprout from the back of your vehicles as you shoot off of the mountain. And then... this has a longer lead up than I thought. There it is. You soar through the sky like a majestic animal, and there's no track underneath you. You're all hanging by the wires, shooting back and forth as the Titans hurl all of their might at you, and then finally you all come together, I guess with magnets, and the vehicles connect together, and then there's a giant Titan mouth, and you soar down into his belly. And then you slay him with a mighty sword, tearing him apart. And then the ride comes to an end as all five just turn it all the way the fuck off then. Okay, cool. All of the vehicles come together. And essentially at that point we would then have to build some sort of weird underground tunneling system to get all of the ride vehicles back to where they're supposed to go. But then you guys get to all come together and be like, we defeated the Titans. We did it. We are majestic people. We soared through the air like animals. And once again, I know I tried to be safe, but logically this is the fucking most dangerous ride, I think, in America. So, any questions, any queries about how this is gonna work? Because I don't know.
I think you could, if you started and ended in the same place, and just had like a longer lead-in of like load to ride, you could probably make that work without having to build like the Hyperloop.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, is how to get the ride vehicle. Well, hold on a second. If we have to build a cliff, that obviously means all of the other rides are above it on the plateau of the cliff. So you could... I just now realized you got no fucking clue how you're getting back. No clue how you're getting back after this. Unless, when you go into the belly of the Mega Titan... each cart separates apart as if you're busting the Titan apart. And the cold would go, the cold people would attack the ice monster, the fire would attack the fire, and then you could fly back up through the mountain back to the start. So it would have almost a, like the end of Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts, where that punk-ass dragon drags you up into the air. It would be like that, but with Titan fire or whatever around you.
See, you solved the problem. That's fine.
Yeah, I got it.
You could be head of creative at Universal. Just have a bus do it. It's fine.
I don't have a Fast and the Furious supercharged shirt to put on though.
You got the thing.
I got the bandana, so I can rock the bandana.
That's base cash, I think.
I'm real happy we don't have like super fans yet, because if we did, I know for a fact that I would receive in the mail numerous fucking Fast and the Furious supercharged shirts. Like, I want to get to a point on this where when I walk up to Fast and the Furious supercharged, they bow down to me.
Like, right this way, sir. Your own bus awaits.
They've got a fucking champagne bottle over their arm. Ah, yes, an excellent.
The Rock wants you to have this bigger gun.
The Rock wanted you personally to try the tequila. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Fuck, that was the one question I never got to ask her was, I don't know how much she knows about the making of the ride, but if Dwayne The Rock Johnson intentionally asked to be green screened in so he didn't have to work with Vin Diesel. Because that's the only reason I could see why that is done so poorly.
That was actually Ludacris's body under that.
Yes. Well, Jim, I've made my ride. I've made peace with the fact that I'm going to kill numerous people. But I gotta ask, where did your sick and twisted mind go? Where did the dark, comical stylings of Jim Murphy take this concept?
I have two questions for you. Question one is, can you feel the rhythm? Question two is, can you feel the rhyme? Because, Scottye, it is time to get on up. It is absolutely bobsled time.
Fuck yes. Also, there was a thumbtack in my pocket, and I don't know where it came from, and I'm real scared right now. I don't know if there's poison on it. I don't know if someone's trying to kill me. But anyways, bobsled, rhythm, and rhyme time.
I want to bring to you, Cool Runnings presents a series of unfortunate events.
No, oh, wait, hold on. I'm noticing a theme between last week and this week. Are the Baudelaire children going to be on this one as well?
No. But you are going to... So last week you posited a flying attraction that went over a water park.
Yeah.
I feel like my attraction could be adjacent to that, as it would be sort of an Astro Orbiter sort of like, hey, get in this elevator, you have to go up kind of high.
Yeah.
Beginning... And they would put you and 3 of your friends into a bobsled on a track, along with 3 other bobsleds of 4 people.
Okay.
And separate you into like kind of 4 separate tracks, and then basically throw you off the side of this building and into a half pipe.
Is there still track on the half pipe?
No.
Okay, okay, so wait. Jim, what you're doing is you've invented bobsledding. What you've brought to the table this week is
multiplayer bobsledding. Yes.
Okay. I do love this concept that we have a theme park. Like, we have a water park, but the only way to get to the water park is by riding one of these kill rides that we've created that goes into the water park.
So... This is a quite large thing. It has to be able to hold 4 essentially bobsleds that are like on wheels. The thing is, I would be afraid of everyone hitting the brakes. So
no brakes. Take them out. We don't need them.
While every person in every vehicle has a brake handle, only one of those handles works for your vehicle and the other 3 work for the other 3 vehicles.
Oh my god, what?
And all four correct levers have to be pulled for you to slow down.
So you're just never slow. You just basically did take out brakes, is what just happened.
I mean, you could figure it out, I guess.
How far? Well, hold on, wait. Could you do any communication between the 4 different tracks?
Probably. I think if everybody just pulled at the beginning... Like, yeah, that would kind of be cheating, but you could do that. But you do have to all try to make it to the bottom. This isn't like a murder ball situation where you're trying to, you're like, this isn't Death Race. You do have to kind of make it to the bottom, but it's going to be kind of difficult because you do kind of go off a track and again into a concrete half pipe.
Now, what if it were Death Race? Because I got an idea here. I got a roller...
You might need to save that for next week's challenge.
No, I got a roller derby ass idea, which is all 4 tracks go into a giant funnel at the end. And
my original idea was literally like the coin thing at the mall.
Yes, that's what I was about to say, the fucking coin thing!
Put everybody on a 90 degree from each other. But my problem with that was how to get through the bottom in any way that isn't a homicide.
I mean, the first collision is gonna send those 2 just kind of falling down there, and I've found it's kind of hard to get both quarters to connect at the bottom. Like, if you're gonna get the quarters to slap, you're gonna have to do a little bit more work than that. Maybe it's a controlled release, so it's like Team 1 goes 2, 3, 4, 5. Team 2 goes 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 goes. And then you have to speed the fuck up to really get the...
The only thing, like, I know they have that at water parks where you go through the little funnel, but there's sometimes where you basically go in upside down, and that was my fear, is that you would go through funnel upside down or backwards, and that seems again
Well,
like
no,
a
no, no, no.
homicide.
My worry is if you don't go down straight or backwards, and instead the centrifugal force just whips you into a circle for like 50 seconds before you fall
I
down.
thought you meant if you went on your side, it just slid down the side on.
Oh God!
Also bad.
All of it's bad. It's all really. What if? Okay, how about this? What if we put them in those giant balls? The giant balls where like you're holding on up here and your feet are attached at the bottom, and then you just launched down and are spinning in violent circles.
Okay, so you want to take this from a Cool Runnings thing to an atmosphere situation.
To a super monkey ball situation. Yes, that's what
that's the atmosphere, basically, from American Gladiators.
Yeah, exactly. And you're all
getting speed up, I feel, would be a problem unless you put some real steep sides on that thing.
How about this? We'll keep Cool Runnings Presents, and then we'll also have the kill funnel. And then we've just done, technically, like 7 rides this episode. I did 5 roller coasters, and then we got the kill funnel. We did really, really good this week, I think. Despite me still recovering from getting alcohol poisoning with a Wookiee, we did a great episode, Jim. But that does lead me to ask you a very important question. We've built fucking a lot of amazing rides. I think we still haven't beat our record, because I believe our record is 35 in one episode. But I do want to ask, what are we going to be making next week in old Jersey Dan's Epic Universe?
I had 2 ideas. One I'm going to save for later. But I don't know if you're going to like this idea or not. I'm going to throw it by you.
Okay.
I want an attraction that could also be used for military training.
Okay. So kind of like Journey into Imagination. Kind of like kind of
like Spaceship Earth. It's fine.
Spaceship Earth, Journey into Imagination, fucking teacups, all of them. Actually, technically, I guess Mission Space could be used for space training, literally, at some point. Yeah, I'm down with that. Because now
how do you handle the boredom of space? Ride Mission Space.
Well, no, I was going for more the murder funnel version of Mission Space, Track Orange. Okay, yeah, I'm feeling this. I don't know what... Because when I think about it, I would just make your ride from last week. I would just do Wipeout again, and that's what it would be.
I have some ideas that I'm kicking around. Unfortunate event ideas.
Yeah, well, get ready for next week where we introduce the first ever theme park rides to include guns. Until then, Jim Murphy, where can people find you on the internet?
I'm on Twitter at ApparentlySmart, and like I said last week, go check out my little Disney game, Survive the Magic.
How many players is that for, would you say?
4.
4? Okay.
4 plus a runner is what it like a GM DM situation.
We may for episode 100 just call on some friends and play the game.
I did make version 2 is out now. It is a all 4 parks situation. That would probably take a long time. I did leave up the 1 park kind of setup on the site, so you could do both. I haven't done the water parks or Disney Springs yet, but I'm going to add them in the next couple of days. Hopefully by the time this episode's live.
Okay. And you can find me on Twitter at ScottyMo, SCOTTYEMO. My book's on Amazon, and make sure to check out this week's, it would be last week's episode of A Load of BS, because it was the end of the world, and we threw a fucking rager of a party. Vin Diesel was there. Jesus was there. There was a girl with a very phallic lollipop. Everyone had whiskey and condoms. It was amazing. So make sure to check it out. Actually, specifically check it out on the BS YouTube channel. I've yet to listen to the audio, but from what I've heard, it is unlistenable. So you probably need the video to go along with it to get any sort of entertainment. So check that out. Check out all the other shows at aloadofpurebs.com. And if you want to become an honorary BS Moon Marine, you can at patreon.com/aloadofbs. You get shouted out on the show of your choice, like Ransom Meltzer, the patron saint of Opposite Attractions. You get access to exclusive content, our exclusive Discord, all kinds of goodies are waiting for you at patreon.com/aloadofbs. And while you're on the interwebs, make sure to pick up some Opposite Attraction merch at merch.aloadofpurebs.com. But until then, remember to find Jim and me harassing the president of content creation at Universal Studios on Twitter at OppAtt Show. That's spelled OppAttshow. Down with OPP.